Hello folks, and today, or rather this evening, we're back with another review. Now it's been quite a while since I've done a review. Now I've got this phone, some way somehow I was able to keep my phone standing up on one of my little, basically a leftover, it was an old selfie stick that my mom found. I salvaged that and attached it to the tripod mount. So I'm hoping that the thing doesn't go haywire and fall off. But this is the ScaleTrains.com Tier 4 GEVo third run. Let's get this thing open. I'm excited as I'll ever be. I was hoping to get this a little bit earlier. But a little bit earlier in the day, but no matter. I'll get this puppy open and get some pictures of it as well. And there we are. Oh yeah, here we go. So, there's some paper I can do something with. Thank you for purchasing our Rivet Counter HO Scale Tier 4 GEVo locomotive. This seals the seals. Okay, so the seals for this locomotive have been broken, so our product support team in Benton, Tennessee could visually inspect the model, which is fantastic, just to check quality controls and such. So that's good that they put a note in there, because otherwise that would have worried me, did I get like some sort of opened model? I've also got a ScaleTrains catalog, which is a little bent up from being in the box, but fantastic ScaleTrains catalog there. And now, for the epicness that is a Tier 4 GEVo. The rest of it is literally just cardboard, or it's, what is it, paper? Some sort of paper. Put that off to the side. So there we go. Let me snap a picture because I'm doing it with my phone. Alright. So we've got the ScaleTrains logo, the Rivet Counter logo here. ScaleTrains.com, HO Scale, ScaleTrains.com. Up here, GE Tier 4 GEVo, prototypical ScaleTrains up here. So let's see. We've got 2734 here, which is a new one from the third run, I do believe. I think this is a third run, isn't it? Let me check on my PC right quick, and I'll be right back with you guys. I do believe this is one, so let me get right back to you guys. Okay, so I just checked the ScaleTrains website. Yes, 2734 is a angled exhaust. I should have known because their new ones are the angled exhaust. So yes, 2734 is a third run locomotive. So the box just slides off like any old Athearn box or something. If you've ever opened an Athearn box before, then you know how it is. There we go. Set that over there. Smells good. I wish we had, I wish we had smell cam, to where you guys could smell what the new box smells like. We've got our operator's manual here. We'll read that. Piece of foam. Yeah, boy. There she is in all her glory. Sorry, I'm just taking my own time to admire this beautiful, beautiful locomotive. So, well, let me snap another picture here. I can do that while I'm filming, which is fantastic. So I might have to take you guys over to the desk just to show you the rest of getting it out. So let me take you guys over to the desk, and we'll be right back. Alright, so we're over here at the desk, which is literally just a few feet away. I just don't want to, end up bumping my locomotive or something, so, I don't want it on my, whatchamacallit. So let's get my little piece of track down here. This is some Atlas Code 100 Flex track. I happen to have a ton of this stuff, so let's scoot that down actually, so that we can set the box down. Gotta check that this is in shot. So let's set this box aside. It's very high quality foam actually. So I'd say it's actually quite a bit better than Athearn's. Athearn's is a little bit more squishy. This is a bit more firm. So, and just like any Athearn Genesis model, it the plastic sleeve comes off like that. Set that aside again, and then this part back here, we've got some spare bearing caps, because these do have rotating bearing caps, so I don't know if you'll be able to see them perfectly, but there is some spare bearing caps. I don't want to lose those, so let's set those right there and scoot this foam forwards, and then this just pops right open, and that lifts up and we can get the locomotive out. Now let me turn the I don't know if I want to turn the fan on or not. I'm going to turn the fan on. There might be a little bit of fan noise, but I just don't want... I'm getting really hot. It's getting really hot in here. I'm really sweaty, so... Yeah. This is a fantastic looking locomotive, so we'll just set that foam aside there. Pull our track back to over here. Let's just lift the bad boy on out. And it seems like, oh, that's a nice addition, ScaleTrains. So those hold the wheels and make sure there's no damage done to the trucks. These are nice. First impressions. Oh my god. Handrail is a little bent on the front, but I did expect that because these are Celcon plastic handrails. So let's slide this bad boy onto the track. Oh yeah, that is looking sweet. That is looking really, really sweet. So I do have the window slightly open. Let me actually slightly open the window a bit more, so you guys can get that full blast of UP yellow paint. We may have to get down onto the desk so you guys can actually see the fine details. But this is absolutely stunning. Just the amount of detail that's put into one of these is absolutely stunning. I cannot tell you guys how much work has gone into this thing. I'm just admiring, and I'm sorry, I know this is supposed to be a review, but I've got to admire the thing. This thing is just an absolute beast. Check the other side for the bearing caps, just to make sure they're all there and intact. And there seems to be no issues. Like, we'll take a look at all the details here. But I remember on some of the first runs, a lot of people got lots of quality control issues. Like some said that the steps were on crooked. I don't see them here, so quality control issues must be fixed. Like I said, something about the handrails, that one did seem to pop out. That's fine. Those pop back in relatively easily. My Intermountains do that all the time. These are plastic handrails, just like what Athearn uses, so it's no big deal. that they pop in or pop out. So let's get these handrail protectors out. I just use my finger and gently pull up and outwards. And again, I'm putting this all. So we can go right back in the box here. There's handrail protectors on this side too. Same technique. Out. And the handrails are actually very well done. And there is a little bit of bending on this side. You won't be able to see it at the moment. There is a little bit of bending, but again, expected with plastic handrails. For plastic handrails, these are super duper good. Like, if you look at Atherns, they're really bent out of shape. If you look at these are actually really, really perfect. And this paint, I cannot stress how much this paint is spot on. I would compare it to my Intermountain, but my Intermountain, I kind of weathered it, so it's not going to be comparable. It's not really going to be comparable, sorry. I can't really, I can compare the gray somewhat, but I cannot really compare the yellow because of the way I weathered it. I actually faded the yellow slightly and got it really dirty. So, but, yeah, let me hop down onto, let's take you off the tripod, and then we'll hop down onto the desk and take a look at some prototype photos of 2734, and we'll be right back. Alright, so here we are down onto the table, and as you can see from the front end, it is absolutely stunning. Again, handrail slightly bent. I'm not gonna take off for it being slightly bent, as issues happen, and honestly, it's not even that bent. I think most of my bending backwards fixed it. Again, you don't want to bend these too much because they will break. But these just, looking at the detail, this is actually better than what Athearn puts out, honestly. And these couplers just, oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my. The air hoses look great. The MU cable looks fantastic. Oh man, this is really what model railroading needs, because ScaleTrains has really brought like the much more detail back into the hobby. Like, we have Athearn Genesis and such, but like this is just stunning me. Like, even I'm looking at my Athearn Genesis model on the shelf and I'm comparing it and I'm like, are you serious right now? Everything, like, the ScaleTrains definitely probably will win in detail. But, yeah, this is, you can see I'll show you the angled exhaust here in a minute, but we'll look at prototype photos here in just a second, so I'll be right back. So while my prototype photos are pulling up, we'll just take a closer look at the details here. So you can see there's the trucks. I don't know if it's exactly in focus, but you can see there are spinning bearing caps on the end. You got the E-bell, got all the plumbing and crap underneath there. It's just fantastic attention to detail. Got the E-bell, which the bottom is even painted silver, just like the real thing. Seeing Tier 4 GEVos up close, that makes me happy. Sorry for the shakiness. I'm doing this handheld. All the fuel lines and all that, just fantastically well done. All along to the truck chain, or the brake chain on the back. Just not a real brake chain, but that makes it a lot better for me personally. I'm not a fan of actual brake chains. My Atlas v5.0 had one of those, the real brake chains, and the first thing that I did was lost it. So it's nowhere to be found. The grill detail, holy crap, is good. There seems to be a grill or a vent that's slightly peeling off. Don't know if you'll be able to see that very well, but it's slightly peeling off. I can probably go in with the screwdriver and fix that and just kind of push it back in a little bit. So there are see-through grills on there. I don't know if you're able to see it very well, but yeah, they are see-through. So if I stick my hand back there, you can see my hand back there. And you can see the X bracing right there. I don't know if it's very prominent, but in person it's very prominent. It's right in there is the X bracing. And here's the top of it. There's that angled exhaust I talk about. Like, see how it's angled and that's straight up instead of the standard block style? And they got the paint very, very correct on this one. On these are just absolutely fantastic. That's the correct color for the walkways and the nose. It's actually two separate colors for the nose. I don't know if you're able to tell, but this one's more white, which is very correct. Seeing Tier 4 GEVos up close, this is gray. That's the anti-reflectant stuff. The walkways are the correct colors, so we'll just do a flyover here. Take a look at the back. We do have the ScaleTrains Type E, I think they're called Type E, knuckle couplers and even spare knuckle holders on there, which look fantastic. And once we compare to prototype photos, we'll get out there and we will take a look at and even the cabin, the attention to detail in the cab interior. You can see the speed recorder camera thingy, my bob. Let's see if I can get it to focus here. I don't know if it'll focus or not, but yeah, there is a full cab interior in there. Windshield wipers as well. Fantastic attention to detail on these locomotives. The ditch light housings are correct. The PTC antenna array is correct. The horn is correct. It's a Nathan K5HL. I'm not a specific horn guy, so please don't correct me for being wrong about the horn type, because I know it's a K5HL. I don't know if it's like a K5HL R or K5HL A or whatever, you know. I just know it's K5HL. I know my basic horn types, so, you know, just saying. It does appear to be in the right position to me, at least. I'm not sure. We'll have to check prototype photos on that one, but yeah, we'll get to looking at some prototype photos, and we'll be right back. Now, I just want to point out these are not my photographs. These are off of railroadpicturearchives.net, so all of the pictures go like they belong to their original owners. So that is obviously the engineer side, or the engineer side. So that paint looks pretty dead. I mean, that's okay. So that's after, you know, you get out there and it's weathered a little bit. It's gonna look different than this is standard factory paint. But I do have to say that yellow is dead on, man. Let's see if we can find another photo here. Let's see if I can find. Oh yeah, it's just a separate thingy bob. Here's another one of the engineer's side. See if it'll ever load. Trying to find a proper, if the horn placement, yes, the horn placement is proper. If you look, it's up there, by there. So yes, that is correct. Great job, ScaleTrains. Prototypical accuracy, fantastic. That is killer. Prototypical accuracy. Okay, so I'm not finding. Okay, here's a sort of a photo of. There's not actually very many. Okay, you can barely make out the engineer side there. So I'm sorry that there's not very many photos of 2734. 2734 was actually on the. Whoa, when they were headed back this way. Interesting. Can't really tell that much from that photo. But yeah, engineer's side. Everything looks accurate to me. Whoops, I hit the box there, thank God. If we can sneak around there to the engineer's side. That's what it looks like on the engineer's side. So, for prototypical accuracy, I have to hand it to ScaleTrains. Trying to do this is not the best thing ever. It's kind of awkward. There we go. So yeah, I have to hand it to ScaleTrains on this one. They really outdid themselves. Outdid themselves on this one. This is my first ScaleTrains model. Alright folks, so like I was saying before the camera cut out, which is what it did, coincidentally decided to cut out right at 10:16, just like my first clip. I don't know what the deal is with that. But, like I was saying, this is my first ScaleTrains locomotive, and I am super duper duper happy with this model, and this is the best locomotive on my roster. I'm just going to say it right now, best locomotive on my roster. Now, we haven't done a pull test. This is the next day, I should add, because yesterday, my stupid phone decided not to save the rest of the review, the running part, where we tested it. So I just wanted to let you guys know that this is actually the next day that I'm filming this part of the review. But, yeah, so nonetheless, still sunny, still nice. So, this thing is absolutely fantastic. It looks great out on the tracks. Now, I should add, the layout looks like actual crap right now. I've got half painted, and then I tested out some very crappy paint. And so it's half painted, half not painted. That's going to get resprayed with this paint, which is spray paint, which I know it looks all dotty, but that's just the way the sun's shining on it. But yeah, let's get that back in the little cradle there. And so, ooh, I didn't grab the manual, did I? And I don't have I didn't grab the manual. I'm going to go grab the manual. Actually, I'll stay right here for a minute. Let you guys hear the sounds when it comes on. There, yeah, you can get some nice sounds going there. I don't know why it's on locomotive 3 for. Select locomotive 2734. Okay, there we go. Just wanted to blow the horn, make sure. So I'll be right back with the manual. That way I can call out the functions, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back out here with the manual so that I can call out the functions to you guys. We'll take a look at the headlight, which is F0. Now in person, it's a very nice golden white LED. On camera, it looks a lot brighter. Could be because we're looking at it straight on. But this actually mimics the look. Sorry, I hit something there. This actually mimics the look. It's LEDs, but it mimics the look of incandescent bulbs on the real locomotive very, very well. If you take a look at the real locomotives, they have a nice golden white hue to them, and these just replicate it just as well. These are just fantastic. So yeah, they do replicate the lights very well on these. So that was F0. So we'll turn that off for a moment. Just letting you know it's F0. Where's the other function? There they are. F1 is the bell. This is a Graham White e-bell. No CV volumes, no sound CVs have been changed, no volume CVs. And this is straight out of the box, It maybe had a few minutes of runtime yesterday. It had maybe probably about 10 minutes of runtime yesterday, so it's still not correctly, or not correct. It is correctly. It's just not fully broken in yet. But and no sound volumes have been upped, as I find that it is loud enough from the factory, which so it's different with a lot of manufacturers. A lot of manufacturers either put the sound too high from the factory or too low. Too low, in my opinion, would be the inner mountains. I had to max out the volumes, and they're still not loud enough because of the crappy speakers that are in them. And they're not very loud. However, with Athearn, with my Athearn Genesis Tsunami 2 equipped locomotive, the volume was raised all the way up, sky high, as loud as you can get it, which is super duper loud. And so I had to lower that quite a bit. And this right out of the factory is the sound is at a perfect level for me, at least. It's not too quiet, it's not too loud, so I just like that. So now that was function 1, F1, which is the bell. Play that again. F2 is the horn. The E-bell rings with the horn. That's a CV you can change. I just want to mention that. I don't want to change that because I like that. Now, if you want to blow the horn, you hear the bell, you can turn on the bell as well. So you can turn on the bell twice if you want, and make 2 bell sounds. But I'm not doing that ever because, I'm not, of course, I'll have times where the bell's on, and then I'll remember, okay, I gotta blow the horn, so it just, and it sounds absolutely kind of almost seamless. It sounds like I just cut it off. So, yeah, that's function 2. F3 is the coupler. By the way, this horn is playable. The longer you hold it down, I find one little quick press. That's a forward signal. There's a reverse signal. I find it to be really, really simple to sort of play. Of course, there's other sound options that you can have. That's by changing CV 163, which is for the horn, and 164. So you get the GEVo. With this you get a steel bell, and you also get the E-bell. Of course, E-bell is prototypical in this case, and not steel bell. I like this K5HL. There's 2 other K5HLs. So yeah, that is function. Oh, that's F2. I wanted to mention that was playable. F3 is the coupler. That's coupling up. Here it's uncoupling. So that's, if you watch, press F3 once. It's already on to the system. Press F3 again. And it disappears off of my screen. And that's how you know that's uncoupling and coupling. F4 is dynamic brake when moving or low idle when stopped, which I don't have the locomotive on right now, so we can't test that out. F5 is DPU mode lighting, which I find really, really nice, and I'll show you that here in a second. Ditch lights are F6. F7 is not in use. F8 is the sound on or off and startup shutdown sequence. F9 is drive hold, which that feature is used to, if you want to notch the engine up but not have it move anywhere, then that's how you do it. Or if you want to set it at a certain speed step, so like let's say for example 20 speed steps, but you want to have it in notch 8, or idle, let's say, and you want to be coasting along at maybe 10 speed steps, then that's what you do. You hit drive hold and you can notch all the way down, and it'll sit there and basically coast, which is something I really like about these new Loksounds. This is a version 5 decoder, by the way. Okay guys, so apparently my phone doesn't want to record for more than 10 minutes, and after 10 minutes or 10 to 12 minutes it shuts off from heat. So this stupid phone doesn't like anything, so I've already got an idle and everything, so here's the horn, which is F2. And of course, interchangeable horns and bells like ESU normally has. It's all up to you. Are you kidding me? You guys always blasting rap music. Please do ignore that. So here's one speed step. This is straight out of the box. Super smooth. The only other locomotive that does that is my GEVo, but it needed adjustments. That's one speed step, y'all. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You'll hear it notch up here at 8. 9, 10. And then we'll just go back here at 9. We'll be back a little bit more here. Go back in the forwards, and in the run by I'm going 5 speed steps. So just to let you guys know, let's take a look at the spinning bearing caps. If we get down here, stupid phone didn't stay still. We'll start moving it. We'll move it here at 3 speed steps. And it has this on the rear truck as well, and on the engineer's side. And so I'll do the F4 for you real quick, which is dynamic brakes while moving. As you can hear, that kicked in. F4 is just low idle, and you can, it literally just puts it into a lower idle mode. Yeah, I'll leave you guys with a run by this beauty, and I wish I could go through more of the sounds and stuff, all the functions. I listed out the functions, I believe, but I don't think I got to F20, I got to F16 on that video. I only let me go so far. So F16, like I said, is spitter shutdown. F17 is brake set release. F18 is sanding valve. F19 is short air let off, and F20 is the compressor. So there's tons of interchangeable sounds if you want to change sounds, horns, bells, prime movers, whatever it may be. But I'll go ahead and let you hear the shutdown real quick, and that'll be the end of the review for today. So it's F8 for startup and shutdown. And the number boards do turn off. When you turn it on, the number boards turn on and turn off when the locomotive is. There you go. You can see it right there. It came on. So the LEDs look like incandescents in person. They are LEDs. They've got the brightness of an LED, and just like in the real world, they're fantastic. So they look great. The locomotive sounds great. For $234.99, you can have one today. So ScaleTrains did a wonderful job on these, and such a fantastic locomotive. So thank you guys so very much for watching. I'll leave you guys with a run by, and thank you guys for watching. Goodbye.